Now to Mexico, where there is an all-out search for the missing after a terrifying earthquake that has killed, as we mentioned, at least 225 people.
And there are a lot of Houstonians who are trying to connect with their loved ones in Mexico City.
Jason Miles is live outside the Mexican consulate here in Houston, where many families have gone for help tonight. Jason?
That's right, Lynn. The consulate is helping people who are still having a hard time reaching family down in Mexico. You know, cell service and internet connectivity is still pretty sketchy. And the more people see those images on TV, the more worried they get. The Mexican flag flies at half-staff outside the consulate in Houston as people like Carmen Diaz await news from their relatives back home. It's something so terrible. We've got family. We couldn't communicate with them. We watched as Diaz tried to connect with a cousin via cell phone. Fortunately, they're okay, but their house is not. My cousin's house, a pillar fell on top of the roof. People are turning to the consulate for help getting information about the quake, its victims, and ways to assist from afar.
Every time we hear of an earthquake happening in Mexico City, we always get worried because we know that our family could be very much affected.
Cesar Espinoza helps run immigrant rights group Fiel. His mother gave birth to him in Mexico City 2 months after the 1985 earthquake, which struck exactly 32 years before this one.
Even while she was giving birth to me, she was thinking about, she had that worry in her mind that something would happen.
Fiel is among those calling for an international response to Mexico's earthquake, similar to the aid we've seen after hurricanes and flooding in the States, including Houston.
That folks come together, we help our neighbors, and that no political things come about in the midst of this tragedy.
A tragedy Carmen Diaz and others, we're not sure what's going to happen. Hope their families pull through. And members of the Mexican Red Cross who are actually in Houston helping with the Harvey recovery flew back to Mexico this morning. Meantime, the American Red Cross here in Houston does have plans to send personnel and money if needed to Mexico. I'll have more on that part of the story coming up at 6. Back to you.